What is mymedicare.gov, a Medicare summary notice, and why should I care? Well, we'll talk about that. This is Bob Vineyard, your Medicare expert with the Georgia Medicare Minute. I did a video on Medicare summary notices, actually on mymedicare.gov, a couple of years ago, and it occurred to me that it needs to be updated for a couple of reasons, not the least of which mymedicare.gov has been updated itself. And they've actually streamlined it and made it a lot more user-friendly, unlike the Medicare Drug Plan Finder, but that's a whole nother story right there. The Medicare, mymedicare.gov is where you can find out a whole bunch of things, including the name of your drug plan carrier, if you have original Medicare, and if you have original Medicare for the most part, and a drug plan. You find out the name of your drug plan carrier. You can find out when your Medicare Part A and Part B started. If you have a Medicare Advantage plan, you can find out some information there. But most of your claim information in particular is going to be found from the carrier that is providing your Medicare Advantage benefit. So let's get back to folks with original Medicare and a supplement plan, that's 100% of my clients. I don't have any folks that are on Medicare Advantage, never have, never will, and I don't have one myself. So what is so great about original Medicare and a supplement plan? Well, I've got videos on that and I can tell you about that, but let's not do that for right now. One of the things you can do is you can look at Medicare summary notices. And the Medicare summary notice, or MSN is the abbreviation, is what would be referred to. It's the equivalent of an EOB, or explanation of benefit, in the private insurance world. So basically you have two claim sources, if you will. When you have original Medicare and a supplement plan, your provider, that would be doctor, lab, hospital, whoever rendered medical services, they will file initially with Medicare, because Medicare is primary, and then once Medicare approves and adjudicates and approves the claim, they will send it on automatically to your Medicare supplement carrier. So it's a very seamless operation as far as you're concerned. So why should you be concerned about the MSN, the Medicare Summary Notice? Well, there's a lot of reasons for it. And as I said, I get calls from clients and they say, well, I got this bill from the doctor that I went to, and gosh, it seems awfully high, and I'm not sure I should pay it. It looks like Medicare, nobody has paid anything. And I said, well, maybe they haven't, especially because a lot of times the initial bill that comes out from your doctor, some of them are real good about getting the bill out within a week or so, and Medicare probably hasn't even seen that claim, much less reviewed it at that point. So you always want to, when you have original Medicare and a supplement plan, you never want to pay a bill from a provider until you have verified that Medicare has reviewed and approved the claim and maybe paid something. At least, if nothing else, Medicare has repriced that claim, discounted it down from the crazy $2,000 bill that the provider sent to $198 or something along those lines. So you always want to look at mymedicare.gov and look at your Medicare summary notice and see, you can find out a lot of things, including, well, have I satisfied my deductible for the year yet? Because keep in mind that Medicare Part A has a per hospital admission deductible. Medicare Part B, which is all of your outpatient health care, has a calendar year deductible. All right, let me look at a Medicare summary notice that was provided for me back in at December 31st. It was the end of the year for actually my last quarter. It starts for claims processed between October 2nd and December 31st. And did Medicare approve all these services? It says yes. See, this is a 5-page thing, and I don't go to the doctor much. As a matter of fact, I probably only went once. I may have gone twice during this period of time. Here's some explanations and so forth. All right, this is for This is for my annual wellness visit to my internist. And was the service approved? Yes. The provider charged $336. Medicare approved $118.34, and Medicare paid $118.15. Why they shorted it by 19 cents, I don't know. But that's what they do, and that's just the way it is. It says maximum amount you may be billed is $0. Okay, well, so far we're so good. While I was there, I also had a pneumonia shot, and they charged. Let's see if it's the same thing. No, it's different. They charged $314. Now, so this is not part of my wellness. I mean, it took place during my wellness, but it's not part of my wellness exam. It's an immunization. So they charged $314 for that. Charged another $30 to stick the needle in my arm. And the pneumococcal vaccine was $615 for a grand total of $1,295 billed by my doctor. Medicare approved of that $1,295. Medicare approved $461. They paid $345, leaving me $110.44. And then I went to see my dermatologist a few weeks later. Dermatologist billed Medicare $331, Medicare approved $110, they paid $28, and so I may have to pay $81.74. Now, the part that I'm paying here is actually my calendar year deductible for last year, because I had not been to the doctor, had not incurred any outpatient charges prior to October of last year, so I was good. But then I came up, and so I look at this, and I see that, all right, I got 190 some odd dollars there that I have to pay, which is about $5 more than the deductible was last year. But that's because my insurance company would have paid something after that. So, it's one of those things. But the point of all this is that anytime you get a bill from a provider, anytime you get an EOB from your Medicare supplement carrier, before you pay anything, log into mymedicare.gov, check the status of your deductible, look for MSNs, Medicare summary notices, to see has the claim even been reviewed by Medicare before you pay anything. Otherwise, you may end up like in my case. If I had not looked on here and I just paid the bill that came from my doctor, I would have been out of pocket almost $1,600. Okay? Don't want to do that. I don't like bills hanging over my head either, but you certainly don't want to stroke out a check for $1,600 when you only owed about $190 or so. So this is Bob Vineyard, your Medicare expert with the Georgia Medicare Minute. And that's how the Medicare summary notice works. You take care. Have a great day.